Hi, I'm Justin Reeson, and we're going to do some basic dumbbell exercises. So the first exercise we're going to show you is called the Goblet Squat. It's a great way to build up the squat pattern safely and effectively. So take a dumbbell, hold it up against your chest, just like she is here, and then initiate the movement by pushing your hips back and taking your knees out over your toes. Now, common mistakes with this exercise are put your knee in, the knee collapsing inwards and coming in onto the inside of the foot. That's a really bad example of a squat. You see how her heel came off the ground? The contact point always has to be your heel. Come back up. And do a proper squat. Stop there. So what we have here is her knees over top of her toe. Her heel is the contact point with the ground. She has a nice flat low back right there. That's what you want to see. The next exercise is called just the dumbbell lunge. So start by holding two fairly light dumbbells on either side of your hand, just to kind of help keep you upright, make you more aware of what your upper body's doing. So standing kind of as she is now, take a long step forward until your knee is over top of your midfoot and your heel is in contact with the ground. Descend until your knee touches the ground and pause briefly for a second before driving through your heel to get yourself back up. Now, common mistakes with something, a lunge pattern, are taking too short a step. I'm going to show them what a really short step looks like. What happens with this is her knee drifts way far in front of her toe, putting excessive stress on the knee, and her heel comes off the ground, and you can even see she's shaking trying to balance this movement out. So you want to take a nice long step, kind of do a proper one so they can see the angle. Knee directly over the center of the foot. That's safe. And the last common mistake with a lunge is the knee collapsing inside of the toe box. See, she has really good hip strength, so her knee isn't collapsing, but usually the knee will come inside, and again, that puts excessive stress on the knee. So the next exercise we're going to show you is just the basic push-up. So get into a push-up position. This is an example of a properly executed push-up. Her back is straight, her spine is in a straight line, everything is straight from head to toe. Now, just begin the push-up. See how she brings her elbows into her side, up. I left you down a bit too long. Okay, do a quick one. Now stand back up. Instead of flaring her elbows open like this, she brings them into her side, which is a lot safer for the shoulder joint. Right from the get-go, it's going to be very challenging for most people to do a properly executed push-up on day one. So a really good place to start is just a knees on the ground push-up. So get into that position. So instead of anchoring your feet, your knees are your contact point. Now do a push-up as you would. Elbows come into the side and up. Now this is still challenging, and this will still really build a good push pattern. Go one more time. Elbows in and up. And that is a knees on the ground push-up. It's a good progression that you can use to build up to a proper full push-up. In the program I wrote for you guys, there's no sit-ups and there's no crunches, and that's for a very good reason. Sit-ups and crunches don't do very much at all to diminish body fat across the abdomen, and they're not very good at core builders. So instead, you'll be doing the plank, which is a much better whole body stability exercise. So get into position, make fists, hands straight forward, head down a little bit, up. Now take a big breath into your core and tense. Now stay in this position. Notice that she's in a very straight line, and breathe into your belly the entire time. You want to actually be actively tensing your core and holding that. As you can see, she's struggling, and it should be difficult. If you can hold a plank for a minute or a minute and a half on day one, you're not working hard enough down there. You're just kind of being passive about it. She's being very active, and I can push on her. She's very stable. And this is an example of a plank gone wrong. So just do everything poorly. Hands together, hips sagging really low, head sagging like this. Or the opposite you might see is something kind of like that, where the hips are way too high and there's not much stress on the anterior core. That's not going to do much for you. This was Justin Reeson for The Charlatan. I hope you liked what I just taught you. Work hard and enjoy.